Well, this was something else.
Let's just say that this episode was a total drip.
Or any other weather or season related puns you might think of.
I was going to try to think of a different one, but I couldn't. Welcome back to Star Wars Total Rewatch. I'm Cody.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Daniel.
And we just finished the season Scepter.
I was gonna say it's more like Star Wars Totally Don't Watch.
This was worth watching for, I don't know, just for sheer disbelief.
Right.
The season Scepter from November 1st, 1986.
What an episode.
I mean, look at this intro. This frog gets eaten by a butterfly. I mean, that right away, I'm astounded.
I forgot about that. That was actually a pretty funny little title card animation. You got a frog sitting on a lily pad, and it sticks out its tongue to eat a butterfly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But instead of pulling the butterfly down,
Pulls him up.
and opens its own mouth and eats the frog and flies away.
Bunch of big teeth.
Yep, that was the highlight of the episode.
Yeah. All right, so the quick little summary of the season Scepter is that there are magical beings ruling each season on Endor, and they, I guess, trade the season Scepter to each other for each new season.
Mm-hmm.
The Leaf Queen is just one of them. There are four.
Yeah.
Sun King.
Snow King.
And...
Flower Queen.
Yeah, who is for spring. And somehow the Snow King has been, like, hypnotized. No, his heart is frozen, so he is evil now and freezes the whole planet, or the whole moon, I mean, of Endor. And so naturally it's up to these young Ewoks to save the entire world.
Yeah.
By going on this ridiculous journey.
Quite ridiculous.
Yeah. So, first of all, there's no way this is part of the Star Wars universe.
No.
I can't make this one fit.
No.
Everything up to this point, I can kind of pretend like maybe it's happening in some random pocket of this planet, you know?
Like a Wizard of Oz crossover or something.
Yeah. There's no way this one. I can't make this one fit. I'm sorry. If you can, good for you. But I'm just going to pretend this is a story being told by Ewoks.
Right.
Right?
It's been slightly exaggerated.
That's how it fits.
Embellished upon.
Yeah.
It's as far from reality as it can get at this point.
As we will discover as we get further into this episode.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, right. You could watch it just to see how weird it is, but it's not a good episode.
Well, like, to me, it doesn't even feel like... It doesn't feel bad. It just doesn't... It doesn't feel like it's an episode of the same series, even.
Sure.
It's just like some weird story that was made that just happens to have a few Ewoks in it. Like, I enjoyed watching it just to see how ridiculous it could get. All right, what happens here?
Well, for most of the episode, Tebow thinks that he caused winter to come early because he was doing some magic to try to
Dry off
Latara because they're having a little beach day and Wicket splashes them.
Just a bunch of Ewoks having fun. So the girls are lounging on the beach, soaking up the sun.
We gotta talk about this weird umbrella creature. I mean,
It's worth a mention.
Yeah, you think it's just an umbrella.
That gets splashed with water as well and walks away.
it's got legs and some little, like, underwear. No, like,
Old-timey.
Like little bloomers.
That is right. It's like it lifted up its dress as an umbrella. What a weird idea. What were they smoking?
It's a very good question.
Whatever that Sun King was on.
Right.
Yeah, Tebow successfully summons up a little bit of wind, but then it keeps going, and it turns into a blizzard.
Yeah. Coincidentally, at this same moment, this was not Tebow who caused this.
No, there's no way Tebow did
The
this.
Snow King brings winter to Endor.
You see a Munyip flying by, like, in the wind?
Yeah.
Just like the cow in Twister.
A tree just gets torn up from its roots, and somehow the Ewoks are able to actually, like, move in this.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's a little odd. But then everything quickly becomes enveloped in snow. And they're like, uh-oh, that's not good. Tebow really screwed things up.
Oops, this is not good.
You could say that again.
They have to go back to the village to have Logray undo Tebow's spell. At least that's what they think.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, cut to the villains in their lair, looking out at the havoc they have wrought.
here we get Snow King, apparently being manipulated by Odra, the frost sprite.
Is that what she
And he
was?
calls her the Duchess of Sleet.
And she says, "Look at all this snow we've caused. It's perfect, darling."
We've frozen all of Endor. Hooray. I don't understand her plan. They wanted to freeze it, and then later they were going to steal the Sunstar, as if that was the ultimate plan. I don't know why they needed to freeze Endor to do that.
To get rid of the Ewoks, I guess.
Just snow them in.
Well, it was to freeze them to death. Ewoks are too powerful, even for seasoned guy.
Yeah, makes a whole lot of sense.
The Ewok village is under snow. They manage to save Milani before she gets blown off the edge.
Yeah, Wicket just picks her up by one leg, like she's really small baby.
She shrunk.
Yeah.
What happened to her?
I don't know. Cannot be explained. Yeah, they go looking for. Well, yeah, she says Master Logray isn't in his hut, so they go looking in his hut, and he's not there. I was like, okay, they had to go look again.
And then they didn't look very hard to find out where he was. They just instantly say, "Well, I guess it's up to us then."
Well, then the Sunstar lights up because it's receiving a message, incoming call from the Leaf Queen, number 1 Bay.
Yeah, okay, first of all, have we ever seen the Sunstar do this?
She should be able to communicate through it. No.
Oh, we've seen the top do
Yeah,
that.
usually it's the top.
Yeah, so that's wrong.
That's breaking canon right off the bat.
Yeah, that's never a good sign for an episode.
And then the Leaf Queen appears, giving her plea to Logray.
Please, Logray, you're our only hope.
And Tebow sees her in there and says, "Oh boy, this is worse than we thought." And I thought, Tebow, you're giving words to... Those are my thoughts exactly.
This episode's getting worse all the time. Well, because he thinks he's still in trouble, and he thinks the
Trouble
Leaf
again.
Queen is going to turn him into a pile of leaves now.
That's right. She has been known to do that and threatened to do that to other Ewoks.
But they know it's not Tebow. They know it's the seasoned Scepter.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a good joke.
Sun King's palace? How does she expect anyone to get there? A flying leaf? A flying leaf.
Oh, a flying leaf. Isn't that so funny?
And they're on that flying leaf for a while. They have lots of adventures
Yeah.
on their way there. And can I just say, I liked the music while they were flying on the leaf.
Yeah.
That's my jam.
That's pretty grooving.
I'd like them to release that leaf music as a single. I would buy that.
OST. Ewoks cartoon.
Get it on vinyl.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Vintage.
Only the best.
Chief Chirper also walks into Logray's hut. Says, "Where's Logray?" And he sees the sun stars lighting up. He's like, "I've got to find Logray."
Yeah, the natural reaction. Let me go look for him.
Yeah, instead of jump on the first flying leaf you see. So Chief Chirpa is actually looking for Logray, and he's still in the Ewok village. It's just really snowy, and it almost seems like Logray didn't even make it out of the village. He got the message from the Leaf Queen, went right out the door, and got buried under a snow pile.
Immediately.
Right.
So here we see callbacks to a couple of the other episodes.
They're flying over the land, flying over Endor.
Their magic leaf carpet. You see the Munyips? Or not Munyips, the Mimps.
Little Lilliputians that tied up Wicket before. And they fly over the Strutter village. Those little Dr. Seuss birds.
Those were from the Totem Master.
And you can hear them mumbling to themselves, "Oh, it's so cold. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it."
All right. Moving on. The ice heads.
This just keeps going off the rails even further with every passing minute.
I know. We're like a third of the way in, and already we've seen 100 things.
The ice heads.
Yeah, they're like the minions of the Snow King. They skate on the ice floor on their heads. It looks really silly.
They vaguely look like forks.
They flip up, and Odra loves it.
Ice heads, come forth.
I just love how they do that.
It's so bad. It's just oh my goodness.
And then when they're gonna leave again, they just flip back over onto their heads and slide away.
Yeah. They are the goofiest creatures I've ever seen.
And apparently they have like no problem being evil. Like the king is secretly not that evil, but I guess all his little minions are.
The king is not normally evil.
Well, I don't think they serve.
But they just do whatever he says.
No, but are the ice heads his followers, or are they like that Sleet Queen?
Oh, maybe.
No, they're his.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it says they served the Snow King.
Let us consult the Wikipedia. No.
I am.
I mean, this episode already broke all canon, so you obviously can't trust it.
Just as the ice heads lived and worked in and around the Snow Palace.
All right.
Their
all right.
duties included standing guard over the Snow King, patrolling the grounds outside of the palace single file while chanting Snowy O, Snow O.
Oh boy. Yeah, they did that. The song that the flying is it the Flying Monkeys? No, those guards
Yeah, there's those guards
for the
at
Wicked Witch of the West.
The Wicked Witch, yeah. Those guys with the green faces.
Oh-wee-o. Whereas these guys are saying Snowy-o.
Exactly. Very clever. That's the kind of clever writing you can expect from this show.
Oh yes.
That whole palace was sort of based on the Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah.
Because at the end, when they get rid of the villainess, they splash her. No, she just like melts, right?
Yeah.
Melts into a puddle of water. Well, she kind of shrinks, but it's very reminiscent of the witch.
Right.
She does melt into like a little pool, but she's also just tiny.
Yeah. She shrinks and melts simultaneously.
In this show, not in Wicked Witch.
Right. Maybe she just got really small.
Microscopic.
She's still alive.
So we see this long sequence of flying on the leaf and fighting the ice heads, and they fly through a cave and pick up some abominable snowman, and it's all very silly. But Nisa gets captured by the ice heads. So there you go.
Yeah, so they have no choice but to go and rescue her, at least, even if they don't have a plan for the rest of it.
Sure. But first, the other Ewoks get chased away by an avalanche caused by the ice heads, and it leads them right to the Sun Palace.
Okay. Can we just take a minute and talk about all the different season rulers?
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh goodness.
They're pretty great.
And of course, the fan favorite is the Sun.
The Sun King.
Or Louis the 14th, as some people know him.
Sure.
No, different Sun King. Different entirely.
The Sun King, man. Hey. It's
Yeah.
not even like that. It's way more Californian.
Surfer guy.
All that snow we got is such a bummer, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's wearing like a Hawaiian shirt and one of those leis.
Hawaiian. Yeah, Hawaiian lay. Yeah, he is a character out of some other show.
I don't know how he got here. Came here straight from California.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta put some of his dialogue in here.
Meet my brother, the Sun King.
You, right? What's happening?
It's horrible. It threw me off. Literally every time he talked, it threw me off because it's just completely does not fit in Star Wars in any way at all. It's horrible. Can you imagine if any character in Star Wars had an accent like that?
What if Lando talked like that? He's kind of a laid-back guy. Right? By this point of the episode, that wasn't the thing that took me out. It just like added to it.
Yeah.
It's the icing on the cake.
But he's like a surfer guy because he's in the sun all the time, which means you're on the beach, which means you're a surfer dude, right?
He tells the story of how this, because he had the season scepter in his possession because it was meant to be the summer season. So we see this whole story of how it was stolen, and they have the whole quote on the Wikipedia page.
Is it in his words?
Okay, like there I was, just hanging out with some of the dudes. We were like sitting there just digging the sunshine.
That's word for word what he says.
Oh, but we're just gonna have to put the clip in because it's.
When, like, all of a sudden, zingo! Instant deep freeze. The ice heads were like gone. History. And it's been snowing ever since.
What a total bummer, man.
No. A total bummer, man. The dudes he was hanging out with, it's just like an otter, like just literally, yeah,
Yeah, it's a couple of otters.
Yeah.
cartoon otters.
They're not even space otters.
No,
He's just like sipping his margarita and the coconut.
he's wearing sunglasses and swim trunks. It's just like a beach ball out there. And like, what's funny too, he's telling this whole story, like this literally happened like the day before.
Oh yeah, right. This happened right when the snow
Yeah,
started.
yeah.
It feels like this is a flashback to a long time ago. Okay, so what about the other people though?
Well, we've seen the Leaf Queen before.
Yeah, we already know her from the Wish Plant. You can go back and listen to that episode if you want to hear more about the Leaf Queen.
You sure can, yeah.
We don't see much of the flower, what's her name? The Flower Queen?
Yep. No, there's not a lot about her.
She's a little nervous. Like, oh, I just don't know if I'm ready to...
Because it's not spring yet or something, so she's like...
You could just put that whole scene in as the dialogue. You got everybody talking there.
Oh, I'm just not ready. Oh, my petals aren't even colored yet. Oh, no.
She's just a little tensed out since it snowed early.
She's been a little tensed out. Gosh.
And of course the Snow King? Ice King? I forgot. Is it Adventure Time that has the Ice King?
Oh, yeah.
Ice King. Yeah, he's a good character. This is the Snow King.
And you briefly see him in his natural state at the end of the episode, and he's just a nice old guy. A jolly old soul.
Yeah. Right, that's what he's usually like. They're all siblings, apparently.
Yeah, they're siblings. What are they? I don't understand.
Season elementals, I guess.
There's some ideas, but it feels like it's all just speculation because it's so ridiculous.
Logray knows all about it, though. He's explaining to Chirpa how we've got to go find the Leaf Queen and return the Season Scepter, and Chirpa's just probably thinking, what are you talking about? Those aren't real things. But apparently they are.
So the other Ewoks go to save Nisa.
To save Nisa.
To save Nisa. They see the ice heads doing their chanting. They disguise themselves as ice heads by just covering themselves in snow.
Yep, and it works because that's how smart these little ice heads are.
Yep. They don't look anything like them.
Right.
They look like little Pillsbury doughboys.
And you can tell which Ewok is which because, like, just their eyes and their mouth are showing, but, like, that's enough to tell characters apart.
Snow King freezes Nisa to an ice cube. Well, okay, I gotta listen to this because I'm like, what is this lady's even plan?
How clever, my dear. We'll trade her for the Sunstar. What shall I do with the Sunstar? Make a necklace? Destroy a planet? Oh, the possibilities.
That's all.
Make a necklace? Destroy a planet?
Right. What will I do with the Sunstar? She doesn't even know. I don't know why she wants it.
It's the ultimate power in the universe.
Uh,
Who wouldn't want that?
well, because apparently she's just this tiny little thing. I don't know how she got bigger.
Who knows?
'Cause it says she was a frost sprite.
Sprites are usually small.
And carbonated.
There's nothing else about frost sprites besides her. So I was thinking maybe since she was so tiny, she just has like dreams of being powerful. There you go. That's my possible explanation.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So they're trying to pass themselves off as popsicle vendors? What, ice on a stick?
Yeah, what's their clever plan to save her from this situation? And they want to take back the Season Scepter. They decide to pretend to be like ice cream vendors.
Which makes sense.
Completely makes sense.
Somehow they got little chef hats and a cart to push the stuff around in, and I I'm not sure where they rounded all that up.
What they don't show is them beating up the actual ice on a stick salesman and stuffing him in a corner.
Yes.
Right. Hitting him over the back of the head and dragging him behind some crates.
That's great. I'm gonna pretend that this place has actual ice on a stick salesman.
I like this part, like just the line that the Snow King says. So while they're distracted, Tebow is supposed to steal the season scepter, but he grabs one of the Ice Head's hockey sticks instead.
Did we say that? They're all carrying hockey sticks?
And he says, like,
Stand back! I've got the season scepter! Or an ice head club.
That's because I've got the season scepter.
Freeze them!
No, I've got the season scepter. Oh!
well, he says, he's like, or maybe I'm holding an Ice Head stick. And the Snow King, that's because I have the season scepter. It's like, you do.
Oh.
Freeze, Ewoks. That's what he says.
Does he? Perfect.
No.
Oh, they missed an opportunity then.
She says freeze them. Then we get this classic chase sequence, back and forth jokes.
So classic.
A little bit of hockey jokes. Tebow hits some of the ice heads away with a hockey stick. Hilarious.
Yeah, lots of running around, pushing people on that cart that they found.
Right, they knock the Snow King onto the cart, and then Tebow gets the season scepter, and he is out of control. Starts zapping everything. I think he's like making it spring or something, which is like melting stuff as well, because it's like growing flowers in some places and like grows a bush in the ground. But then it hits Odra, the frost sprite, and like melts her. Maybe she's like made out of ice or something.
Yeah. Well, Tebow doesn't really know how to wield this thing.
No, but I'm trying to figure out like what is that season scepter actually doing?
Yeah, I think it is converting things back to spring or summer.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be one of those scenes where everybody keeps stealing the scepter away from each other.
Oh yeah, like that droids episode, like the new king. That was a good time.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It was a good setup for that kind of a thing, but they didn't go there. They probably just didn't have time, or they would have.
They didn't have time. They wasted their time falling in snowbanks earlier. So they melt the king's heart,
Aww.
apparently. Is that like his heart? That's like the symbol on his chest?
I guess.
Because the frost sprite kept on touching it earlier and like making it look different than it does here.
Must be.
Like more jagged, this shape, something like that.
And you can see he's friendlier because that shape is a little more smooth, rounder, it's brighter colored.
He's a jolly old man.
Yeah, just like Father Crispus,
Right.
but more cloud-like.
He's kind of like a cloud.
Odra shrinks to his little pixie thing and runs away. We don't actually see her again.
Yeah, they don't try to stop her. Just, there she goes. Okay.
Yeah.
And summer returns to Endor.
That's right. And then Chief Chirpa and Logray finally show up.
And do nothing.
Seriously. All right. This is a good joke. I appreciate Wicket's like...
So everybody acknowledges, like, yeah, you definitely deserve something for your belt this time.
Yeah.
Wicket.
Yeah. He's like, can I get something to put on my belt of honor? And the Snow King says, yes, I know just the thing. Here's a big ice head club.
Which is taller than Wicket.
Right. You can't put that on his belt. Like, are you stupid?
I like this because it was kind of a running gag through all of these episodes. The things that they get for their belt
We're always tiny, yeah.
were always these tiny little worthless things, like those little beads. And so here it's just the extreme opposite of that. Just give him this enormous thing to put on his belt.
Yeah, but like, is the Snow King like trolling him or something? I mean, he's so dumb.
Maybe.
Good episode. Gets a super yub from me.
Super yub.
Goodness.
I don't know what to do with this one. I can't give it a yub, but I think it's definitely worth watching.
Just to see.
Just to see it.
So, okay, how about like, instead of a yub or a nub, it gets like a wub?
As in, wub did I just watch? Honorable mention.
Oh, man.
It's a weird one.
But yeah, what a weird episode.
That's enough.
Just go watch it just for the Sun Elemental's voice.
Yeah. Are we ever going to get some actual good episodes? Come on.
We've had some good episodes.
We've had one this whole season.
Battle for the Sunstar is good.
Okay, cool. Keep stringing me along here.
I really don't remember what these others are in between, so we'll find out.
Next time, it's another two-parter.
Ooh.
Prowbeaten and Baga's Rival.
Baga, the donkey.
For everyone who's been wondering why Baga's never had his own episode, here you go.
Yeah,
I don't know if anyone was wondering about that, but
that's what we all wanted. The Baga episode.
yeah. So you can tune in. I hope it's told from his point of view.
Yeah, yeah.
Like all the animals talk to each other, like Homeward Bound.
It should be like narrated by him. That would be great.
That would be amazing. I really don't think that's what happens in that one, but I would love it if it was. Let me tell you about this one time.
And they already jumped the shark with this episode. They could do anything they want now.
Yeah, they can.
Anything's on the table.
How did they top this? Let's find out next time on Star Wars Total Rewatch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Check it out.